good?
Good.
How many interviews would you guess you've done in the course of your life?
Bruce Willis, the name that once defined Hollywood toughness, now represents something far deeper: resilience, tragedy, and a legacy built through pain and perseverance. From a small German town to the blazing lights of Hollywood, his journey was marked by grit, laughter, and heartbreaking turns. Once the wisecracking hero of Die Hard, Bruce is now fighting a battle far beyond film sets or fame. When the world learned of his dementia diagnosis, it wasn't just the fall of a superstar. It was the fading of a man who gave his entire being to storytelling. This is the story behind the strength, the silence, and the man himself. A child between two worlds. This paragraph introduces Bruce Willis's beginnings, showing how his early environment shaped his identity. Born in post-war Germany to a mixed family, Bruce grew up amidst the remnants of conflict and cultural tension. When his family moved to America, the dream of a better life clashed with harsh economic realities. His father's factory job and his mother's struggles painted a portrait of resilience and working-class determination. Yet, Bruce's early sense of displacement, belonging neither to Germany nor fully to America, created in him a unique worldview. This cultural duality would later inform his on-screen characters: grounded, tough, yet deeply human. The humor and rebellion that began in his youth became tools for survival, helping him cope with alienation. This foundation not only built his personality, but also prepared him for Hollywood, a world where only those who can adapt, fight, and reinvent themselves survive. His childhood was the crucible that forged his spirit. The stutter that shaped him. This section reveals the pivotal moment when Bruce turned a painful weakness into his greatest strength. His childhood stutter wasn't just a speech impediment. It was a wall separating him from acceptance and confidence. Being mocked and labeled Buck created wounds that could have silenced him forever. Yet his discovery of acting in high school became a miraculous liberation. On stage, his stutter disappeared, as if performance itself healed him. This transformation taught Bruce that expression is power. Those emotions, when channeled, can transcend limitation. It's a deeply human moment that mirrors his later film persona, a man who conquers fear, not by brute strength, but by courage. The experience also explains why Willis's acting style felt so natural and emotionally charged. Every line he delivered carried the echoes of someone who had fought to be heard. This chapter symbolizes the birth of his voice, both literal and metaphorical, marking the beginning of his destiny. From bartender to breakthrough. Here we see Bruce Willis's relentless pursuit of a dream that seemed unreachable. After dropping out of college, he entered New York City's artistic chaos with no fame, no money, and no connections, only charisma and determination. Working as a bartender wasn't just a survival job, it became an informal acting school where he honed timing, improvisation, and confidence. Each rejection, over 100 of them, tested his willpower, but failure didn't defeat him. It trained him. When the role in Moonlighting appeared, his persistence paid off. After being rejected multiple times, he walked into the audition with raw energy and charm that the producers couldn't ignore. This moment encapsulates the underdog story at the heart of Bruce's life. The idea that greatness is not given, but earned through grit, humor, and faith. It shows how ordinary people, through relentless effort, can turn life's smallest stages into the prelude to stardom. Moonlighting, stardom, and strain. This paragraph captures Bruce Willis's explosive rise to fame and the hidden cost of that success. Moonlighting turned him into a household name, admired for his wit, swagger, and undeniable chemistry with co-star Sybil Shepherd. Yet behind the glossy image was chaos. The show's production was infamously grueling. Scripts ran long, tempers flared, and exhaustion set in. Bruce's rapid transition from bartender to television star came at a price: sleepless nights, public scrutiny, and physical collapse. His 1988 hospitalization revealed that the stress of fame was as real as any stunt he'd later perform. Despite the internal turmoil, audiences loved him. They saw authenticity, an actor who wasn't acting but living his role. When Moonlighting ended, Bruce had outgrown television. He was ready to conquer film. But this chapter reminds us that fame, while intoxicating, demands more than talent. It demands pieces of one's soul in exchange for immortality. Love, fame, and family. This part delves into Bruce Willis's personal life, revealing the man behind the fame. His whirlwind marriage to Demi Moore symbolized Hollywood's golden age of romance, a union of two megastars at the peak of their careers. Together, they built a family that appeared idyllic, raising 3 daughters amid red carpets and film premieres. Yet fame often corrodes what it touches. Distance, rumors, and ambition eroded the bond, leading to a painful yet mature separation in 2000. Remarkably, their love evolved into friendship, a testament to Bruce's emotional maturity. Later, his marriage to Emma Heming reflected stability and devotion. The most moving part of this story is how both women united to care for him as dementia slowly took over. Their shared compassion transcended jealousy, showing that love can outlast marriage. It portrays Bruce not just as an action hero, but as a man deeply loved, even in fragility and decline. The rise, the risks, and the reinvention. This paragraph examines Bruce's golden era and the internal battles that came with success. During the 1990s, he dominated both mainstream blockbusters and artistic cinema. From Die Hard 2 to Pulp Fiction, he mastered the balance between commercial appeal and emotional depth. His performances reflected range. He could be tough, funny, tragic, or reflective. Yet behind this versatility lay exhaustion. Years of physically demanding roles caused injuries, fatigue, and mental strain. Fame turned isolating, with tabloids magnifying every flaw. Still, Bruce refused to slow down. His work ethic was legendary, and he treated each role, whether comedic or serious, with equal respect. Films like The Sixth Sense revealed his introspective side, hinting at the quiet sensitivity beneath the action star persona. This section captures his evolution from performer to artist, from spectacle to substance. It's about survival, not just in film, but in identity and purpose amid the pressures of celebrity life. Triumph and turmoil in the 2000s. In this phase, Bruce's journey reflects maturity and endurance. Movies like Unbreakable and Sin City showcased a quieter, more reflective performer. Physically, though, his body began to show the scars of decades of dangerous stunts and intense filming schedules. He battled chronic injuries but never lost his drive. His career entered a cycle of reinvention, experimenting with animation, comedy, and indie films. Though not every project succeeded, Bruce's willingness to adapt kept him relevant. The paragraph also hints at turbulence. Rumors, conflicts, and the strain of being a veteran in a fast-changing industry. Yet through all of it, he remained respected. To fans, Bruce wasn't just a fading star. He was proof that longevity in Hollywood requires both toughness and humility. The era was bittersweet, filled with both victory and vulnerability, but it demonstrated that Bruce Willis's identity wasn't tied to fame alone. It was rooted in persistence and passion. The silent battle. When the voice faded. This deeply emotional section marks the tragic turning point of Bruce's life. His retirement in 2022 wasn't voluntary. It was forced by aphasia, a cruel condition that steals the very gift he built his life on: communication. As doctors later confirmed frontotemporal dementia, fans realized that their hero was fighting an invisible enemy. His wife Emma's words reveal heartbreak. She initially mistook his silence for emotional distance, unaware that his brain was already under siege. The revelation humanized him more than any role ever could. By 2025, his move to a specialized care facility underscored the reality of his decline, yet his family's loyalty offered solace. This paragraph transforms Bruce's story from fame to fragility, from applause to empathy. It reminds us that even heroes can fall, but in that fall lies grace, as loved ones stand firm, proving that compassion is the truest form of strength. A legacy larger than Hollywood. This final paragraph beautifully concludes Bruce Willis's life story, not as an ending, but as a legacy. It redefines heroism beyond explosions and catchphrases. Bruce's journey, from a stuttering boy to a global icon, teaches that courage is quiet, persistent, and profoundly human. Even in illness, his dignity and his family's love continue to inspire millions. His story mirrors the very roles that made him famous, imperfect men who refused to give up. Today, Bruce's silence speaks louder than any dialogue. Fans don't just remember John McClane's bravado. They remember the man who lived his truth with humor, grit, and heart. This paragraph reflects on his symbolic immortality, how his resilience, humility, and grace define him more than fame ever could. In the end, Bruce Willis isn't just a movie legend. He's a lesson in endurance, proving that the strongest heroes are those who face life's hardest battles with love and courage.